is we gotta have a system. If we're gonna do this February right, we gotta have a system, right? So we have a lot of systems here. I'm gonna go through these systems. Let's start with this one. This one you all know, the classical New Age chakra system. What can we do? So we can start here, right? And we can turn it into a scale that goes like one whole octave, So we start at just feel where you're sitting and just go lam, and then go to vam here, which is at this position right here, approximately this area. The less you know, the better it is. Trust your intuition. Lam, vam, and as you go into that, try to feel it into your legs through your sciatic nerve, right? It goes into your legs, and then ram. So lam, vam, ram, and just hold it to like ram, so that you feel the connection going all the way from your belly button to the diaphragm, and also pushing up against the heart, and then you can go to the next one. So lam, vam, ram, yam. You kind of follow the heartbeat there, and then to the upper heart, higher heart, which is the blood veins going up into the face and into the arms. So lam, vam, ram, yam, thumb. Follow the heartbeat there. Now hum. My advice for hum is just to do a lot of stuff and try to get into the mouth, to the neck, to the throat, all the places where it goes. So lam, vam, ram, yam, tam, hum. You just move your lips around and exercise your whole mouth and face and your teeth, everything. And then lam, vam, ram, yam, tam, hum, om. Like that. Just get into that middle column behind the eyes, that is like in the center behind that pineal gland. And then when you get really good at this, then you just go and you intentionally go through all the mid-center line as quickly as possible, okay? And there are tools you can use for this, and if you don't have them, now is a great time to purchase that headset, very good headset, so that you can listen to beats and waves that go like that. And of course, get the blindfold. If you're gonna take your practice, if you don't have one, geez, I mean, if there's one thing I wouldn't want to be without, especially thinking about the illusory body and these visualizations and seeing stuff and stuff like that, I would definitely go for the blindfold. It's the most fun. And then look at this. Oh, very interesting. What's this? Like, zay, just goes up like that. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Just look at that image. Looking at this image does nothing. Me explaining about this image does nothing. But thinking about it, and through your meditation, coming to understand such a feeling like this, that can work. With the chakras, there's a special trick you can use when you start learning petals and you start learning like positions relative to center, right? That involves the channels, okay? And that's what you begin is that you lay on your side, and say you lay on your left side, okay? Then it's like when you inhale, it's thumb. And then you move up to your hip bone, and it's like bum. And then you move up to your stomach, and so on, all the way up to your eyes, And then you lay on your right side, and now you exhale, like that. And then you can get really good on the side positions, but you need all the petals. But this is just a start. This is and alternate nostril breathing is really gonna help. Alternate nostril breathing, because center. There are some cool tricks that you can do here that bypasses a lot of blockages that have been placed on, I guess the consciousness, so that you don't go insane. But if you have a very good consciousness and you have a very pleasant mind, then you can actually unbind a little bit. Basics of calming down before you do this is very important. So you've just sat down, you're probably thinking, right? And so there's a lot of thinking, and there's a lot of attention to thinking. So what you do, you simply move your attention back towards breathing and being centered. And that's the best start. And maybe thoughts and visuals come and go, and that's the worst pollution. It says, this is something I was taught, was spoken to me by a spirit while I was doing ayahuasca in Peru, with the Peruvian shamans in the mountains and of the Sacred Valley. It's like all these thoughts that can come up and all those things that you might desire, but just take your attention. It's gonna gravitate towards thinking and move it towards breathing. And something else it said Madrid Airpuerto T1, T2, T3 escalator from train station. 45 degrees. Tax-free airport. Breathing. Tax-free airport. Nutella. And Toblerone, good chocolate. It was like Madrid Airport. T1, T2, T3. Escalator from train station. 45 degrees upwards. Escalator. Elevator, escalator, 45 degrees. And it made me look up at 45 degrees and gave me slightly better posture. And then there were visuals. Yellow, blue, red, rainbow, circles, and patterns. So that was like a little hypnosis that I received. Now you've received it too. Maybe through your meditations it can become very strong. Topic of breathing, we can talk a little bit about lataif, which I've studied a little bit. I'm dabbling a little bit in it. I'm not so good at meditating, I just dabble in it, okay? So here we have the different points, and they have different themes and different meditations. And they're actually really universal, which is why the Sufis often are with a little bit, unlike they can't. It really depends on how you see divinity and the divine and the ultimate, really. So, but anyways, okay, so look at him here. Okay, so the breath comes in, and so you can look to your heart here, right? This is your heart. There, and so it goes into this side. This is where you're gonna notice it first, because your heart is pressuring. It's taking up room, and then it's gonna go to here, and then air's gonna move up here first because of the heart, and then up here, right? And it's gonna go into center because it's working that bloodstream up and down, and it's also gonna go into the center because it starts to push down on your liver and all these organs, and it's gonna push out your stomach here. So especially here you can feel it, down at this area. And it's gonna fill up, and these happens very fast. It's like, very quickly here. But then this one starts to push down and it starts to expand, and your stomach comes out, and then it actually pushes all the way to the top of your head, right, like that. And that is the breath. And we can have a feeling in our nose, but as far as consciousness is concerned, the heartbeat, the blood flow, and the breath doesn't leave. It ricochets. Mm-hmm. So you think about that. Here you have right side with the liver, left side with the heart. Another drawing here. And so here's the awareness. It's centered here, but that's because blood flow is already learned here. We already have that habit. Balance, we've already have this one, and we've done work here, and we've done work with our special secret place here, and then we go. And then it helps us remain centered here, because your eyes are going to flutter. Your eyes are going to flutter when you close them. And with a blindfold, you can cheat a little bit and keep your eyes open. It won't hurt you. And it's actually good for you. It's actually good for you. But eventually, you're going to have to get used to kind of not having a body. And you also want to get into especially here. But you want to get, being able to maintain a body in a kind of dimensional, weird state, interdimensional traveling kind. Just meditate on that. Let me tell you a little funny story. I woke up one morning and I saw this, and it was like my eyes were closed, but I could still see the room, and I moved my hand in front of my eyes, and this pattern was on my eyes, and I'd drawn it like this. But I later found what it was. It's basically just Allah written in like a calligraphy on these 9 kind of rectangles, I guess. I didn't recognize it. I didn't know the symbol, so to me it just looked like a squiggly line, and I thought of them as mahjong tiles, basically. And I got a lot of thoughts about this. I was thinking about this, thinking, yeah, it's kind of Islamic, 9 points on the chest, something about the tailbone, and people thinking like being scared of the visuals of that. Anyways, stage 1, seeding. So basically, I was thinking, you just take your finger and you do it on your chest, like this. It is, and then you'll have the 9 points as the emptiness between these, and then you just draw a squiggly line. And the idea is you start with this, and we start with a very chest feeling, very 2-dimensional, turn it 3-dimensional, and we have it moving. We can have these points moving around like the Muslims over at Mecca, running around that precious stone of theirs. And then it's like, because they know that, it becomes a point of reference for them, and so they can more easily do the visualization and more easily get the effects. Of course, if you don't know what to do, like you look at this and it's like, oh no, I didn't focus enough on my legs. I forgot my legs. This guy, oh no, I forgot the top of my head, because it's just. Sometimes our attention ends with our eyes, just slightly above our eyes, because we're such visual creatures, Then you can ask a Chinese guy, some kind of monk, for help, Many YouTube channels out there with some Buddhist meditating monk with a big straw hat, and you can call him for advice. That's very, very useful. Now, at the end, we have to talk about schedule. If you have a good schedule, if you have a good view of your day, then even as a layperson, you can squeeze in a lot of practice. 40 minutes of gateway tapes is not the same as 40 minutes of gateway tapes, really going for it every single day. You can get really far with that, okay? And I know people have done that, but you have to be aware of your energies. So listen to this. The very short day. A snake was going to enjoy the sun on a day off. Yeah, so here he is. He's going to enjoy the sun. It's a sunny day. Yeah. But then it ate a delicious boar. This boring here. This is gonna be very nice. It's gonna taste great when I put it in my mouth. Yeah. Then he was just gonna take a nap. So now he just ate some food, and now he takes a nap. All right. So the day was over. This is the next morning. Yeah, this is the next morning. And this is something that can happen to your energies. Some sources of food. It's important to treat yourself, right? And to go to the mall on Saturday, and maybe have yourself a little milkshake. That's something I like to do. Have myself a little milkshake. Tastes good, right? And also I can put now, since I know that's coming, I know that there's no need to worry about it, because I'm not saying no to candy. I'm just postponing it. So no need to get angry at me, because it's gonna come. But anyways, you guys, here you have something. When you got a good routine, you kind of want to cement that with some lion's mane mushrooms. That it can be very wise to do that. And this, of course, opens up the subject of using mushrooms in general, which of course people say they don't want to do, because they don't want to do like supplements, or they don't want to take anything or whatever, but then they'll chug down a whole bunch of this, which is coffee. This is what you're doing. This is what it is. This is what you're chugging it down, and that's okay. But just be aware that this has a lot of effects on your system. And if you're having a good schedule, then the schedule should look at that and be like, okay, look here, this is the time for coffee, this is the time for sleep. So you hear coffee early in the morning, or when your day starts. And for some people, the day doesn't start before after this. So right here, this is where the day starts. So if you say you go to job very early, so you do some of this stuff, but you don't want to do this. You do your job, you get up, instead of getting up and spending the morning doing this, you get up right here. Then none of this, you just brush your teeth and you go here. And then when you're done, then you take this, you take the coffee, then you do this, and then you go to the gym, right? And then you do the power nap. Now all this stuff comes in here, right? This you do here. And if you do a intermittent fast, you might find that you only need 6 hours of sleep. It's gonna open up to even more energetic activity for your benefit, but not here, because you don't want to use this on this. You want to use this on Mr. Number 1 right here. But remember, like these dream journals, dream retrieval limit here, you're on a timer when you wake up. So there are some things that they have to happen in the morning. Okay? Just be aware of this energy and this kind of thing. Like what you put into you is gonna, like if you do this, I've done this many times, this 1 meal a day stuff, and my sleep goes down to 6 hours every night. Goes from 8 to 6 hours. Okay, so this has a very strong effect. Sign up, subscribe, like, and share is like so you can participate in all this wisdom. Like these books are just full of wisdom, right? And that's what you want. So definitely subscribe and share it and like it and comment. I love comments. Yeah, so do that. Keeps me motivated, gets my neurons firing.